This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good morning. Welcome to your morning newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Without further ado, let's get to the news in detail. The oil and gas branch of GAU says it is dumbfounded over recent allegations of local workers, mainly stationed offshore and employed by one of the leading firms, being provided with meals after their foreign counterparts. Compounding the situation, the union said the workers indicated that it is only after the foreigners have finished eating that they are allowed to have their meals with whatever remains, what is commonly referred to in Guyanese parlance as lef-lef. Additionally, the workers informed GAU that they learned that on some occasions, foreigners enjoy special meals and treats which are not extended to them. GAU also said that it learned should workers decide to speak up or even question the differential treatment, they face the wrath of foreign colleagues in an apparent attempt to force them to leave their jobs. As such, GAU said it finds such actions and attitudes simply unbelievable. To know that our Guyanese brothers and sisters are treated in such a detestable manner evokes memories of a bygone era, which should remain only in our history. In other news, the planned upgrade to the transmission and distribution grid for electricity currently generated by GPL is estimated to cost some $686 million. Vice President Jagdeo had expounded on the need to improve the electricity distribution network to a smart grid in order to be able to absorb the expected additional power from a proposed natural gas power plant and the Amila Falls hydroelectric project. He did not give details on the price tag for the proposed upgrades. A perusal of his administration's expanded low-carbon development strategy 2030 outline, however, noted that GPL's development and expansion program estimates the need for an investment of $686 million over the next 5 years to upgrade. The Vice President was adamant that a smart grid, once implemented efficiently, will help to reduce the technical and commercial losses experienced by the power company. In other news, Guyanese, with the help of their Ghanaian counterparts, have extracted several provisions from local content legislation from a number of countries to be inserted as part of the domestic version of a local content bill, slated to be tabled, debated and voted on in the National Assembly before the end of the year. This came about on Wednesday last when technical staff at the Ministry of Natural Resources and the Environment and the Attorney General chambers met with a delegation from Ghana. According to a subsequent statement from the ministry, the meeting evaluated Guyana's draft local content bill and compared it with the Ghanaian legislation as well as legislation in Nigeria, Uganda, and Norway. To this end, the visiting delegation offered practical guidance as well as insightful recommendations. And analysts tell you if urgent action on climate change is not taken in Latin America and Caribbean nations, the damage could cost the region $100 billion annually by 2050. This was noted by the Inter-American Development Bank, one of Guyana's key partners in strengthening its legislative and regulatory framework for the oil industry. In its November 2021 report, the IDB stressed that the devastating effects of climate change and the action needed cannot be overstated. In fact, the IDB noted that climate change is already considered one of the major disruptors of agriculture and food systems, while noting that some of the worst impacts on sustainable development are expected to be felt among those whose livelihood depends on agriculture and the coasts. In other news, 22-year-old Sudesh Charan, a laborer of Westminster West Bank Demerara, on Monday afternoon lost his life after a metal lift or elevator collapsed and fell on him. According to the police, Charan was involved in the freak accident sometime around 16 hours 20 that day while entering the F&R supermarket located at Friedenhoop, West Coast, Demerara. Police revealed that the young man was walking under a metal lift to go into the supermarket when it collapsed from the upper flat and pinned him. Workers immediately tried rushed to his assistance and used a piece of wood and jack to pry up the metal lift in order to remove him from underneath. After pulling him out, they noticed that he was motionless and bore a large wound at the top of his head. And to wrap things up this morning, let's tell you that the Ministry of Health yesterday reported that 3 more women who tested positive for COVID-19 have died. The country's COVID-19 death toll has now moved to 933. According to the ministry, the latest fatalities are that of an unvaccinated 55-year-old woman and a fully vaccinated 64-year-old woman from Region 4, and that of a 22-year-old unvaccinated woman from Region 8. 64 new cases were recorded, taking the total number of confirmed cases to 35,993. Presently, there are 14 patients admitted into the ICU, 54 persons in institutional isolation, 2,451 in home isolation, and 6 in institutional quarantine. To date, a total of 32,541 persons who tested positive for the virus have recovered. And with that, we've come to the end of this morning's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
We are in that season when many of us do that extra shopping for our homes and families. Remember to be a smart consumer while you shop. Avoid regrets. Research your items before you make a final decision to purchase. Read the fine print to those agreements before you sign. Demand your receipts and warranties. Demand your right to returns and refunds. Call CCAC on 219-4410 or visit their website ccac.gov.gy for more information and like them on Facebook. Guyana Competition and Consumer Affairs Commission, CCAC, protecting consumers' rights.
Paint it, love it, uplift your spirit. Colors to change your world.
Create that special Christmas feel this holiday with every $12,000 spent and get chances to win over $1 million in monthly prizes like cash, groceries, appliances and more. So shop now and get all the Christmas feels this year with Harris Paints. Promotion ends December 31st.
Paint it, love it, uplift your spirit. Colors to change your world. Christmas with Harris.
With Prime bundles from Digicel, you get more than just data. You level up to a whole new digital life. Level up with D-Music and groove along to all of your favorite music tracks. Level up with Sports Max and catch all the adrenaline-packed live sports action. Level up with Go Loud and tune in to the local radio stations and the most happening podcasts from around the world. And level up with Play Go and get a front row seat to watch the latest movies and TV series. Enjoy a 30-day bundle starting at only $5,400 with 210 gigabyte of dedicated data for premium access to your favorite apps without touching your any used data. Experience the next level of digital. Get a 30-day Prime bundle for $5,400 in the My Digicel app.